Hard Mark Podcast.
Shrimp on the barbie. Shrimp on the barbie.
Do you respect that? That's corruption. I could make a fake snake. You do not pee in the pool. You do not pee
On the barbie.
All of myself is clean.
Broadcasting from Brink's mom's house, welcome to the Hard Mark Podcast, a show where I, Eric Donaldson, wrestling fan of over 30 years, introduce one match per episode to my co-host who has never watched wrestling. We talk about the backstory, we watch the match, then we rank that match on our ever-growing list. The purpose of this show is twofold. First, to see what happens when someone who's never watched wrestling is introduced to its most notable matches, and secondly, a window into the mind of the man of 54,097 compliments, the Soul Skater, the maitre d' of mat drama, the Tampa Bay topsider, the living painting, the talent, 220 pounds of twisted steel, fractured heels, and sex appeal, Flying Ryan Murphy. Ryan, how is it going?
It's pretty good. Really good intro. Really solid.
Thank you. I did what I could. I tried to give you the intro that a man with your beard growth deserves.
I think it was fair. I think it was right on the spot. You nailed it, Eric.
Was the 220 pounds relatively close?
I might be more now. I'm not moving, so I am gonna slim down. I am gonna get ripped as fuck. All right, for the audience, I am
ripped to death. Keep it on brand. Ripped to death.
Did I say ripped as fuck?
You said ripped as fuck. Exactly.
Ripped to death.
That's not the hard mark term. Yeah. Thank you.
Cut that in post.
Okay, great.
Ripped to death. I'll be there, but I am getting fatter. But my motivation to get skinnier is getting higher. So, it's a trade-off.
Question for you. It's been a few episodes since I checked in on this. Do you still have a gym membership that you're paying for?
Yeah. I think it's actually month to month too, which is really dumb. I should definitely cancel that. But I think I'll be back. I think maybe part of my physical therapy could be walking in the pool. So,
is that a thing? Walking in a pool because of the resistance? Well,
just because it's just you're not putting all the weight on your on your feet, so you're putting weight on. You can walk in the pool.
Sure.
It's much less pressure.
Okay.
Something I heard. I'll talk to the doc. They want me to do physical therapy. Will I do it? Maybe. Maybe I'll follow him. I love this doctor. I really do. He's kind of my guy.
Then I say you should probably do it.
I think so. I think I'll do it. But I just went through. I have 10 fucking pieces of mail from my insurance company that I've gone through 4 of them because I got distracted.
Yeah, you got important things to do like sleep.
I'm wondering how much fucking money they're asking for, and to be honest, if it's substantial, I'm not going to fucking pay it.
Hold on a moment. How do you just not pay it? Is that allowed? That's not allowed.
Here's the thing. Well, here's the thing, Eric.
This isn't Canada.
Every fucking month, Eric, I contribute to my medical insurance. If I look at my pay stub and I see how much I pay and how much my employer pays for health insurance, several $100s a paycheck, which is maybe $600 a month, total.
Yes. Yes.
And then I go to the doctor and I pay their fucking copays. Guess what they charge me for my scans for my ankles? They charged me $100 per ankle, but I went with both ankles in the same CT scan. But they charged me $200 fucking dollars, which I paid out of pocket. Here's my card. Run it. Copay. Fine. Whatever. I looked at one of the bills, and I can't really read them. I'm not a medical insurance guy. I don't know how they break this down, but it looked like I owed $400. Not crazy. That's not shocking. I don't know what it's for. I haven't. I'll get back to everyone on that.
Please.
But if it's substantial, as a protest, I'm not going to fucking pay it. Fuck our system with this. It's unbelievable. I pay already. I already pay for it. Eric. I don't need to pay on top of it for this. These fucking bills. And I'll take the hit. I'll go to collections and then, whatever. Maybe I'll pay it someday. I don't know.
I don't know if that's a good fiscal. You don't want to go to collections.
I don't want it. I have a great credit score. I'm a homeowner, Eric. I was a homeowner.
You were a homeowner. You were on top of the world when we started this podcast. Now look at you.
Amazing credit score. Still, I have amazing credit score, but I refuse to face this bullshit of like getting bills for stuff that I pay for bi-weekly, biweekly, and then copay it on top of that, and just hand in my credit card. Hey, just run this, like, you know, like both my ankles in the same scan. You want 100 per ankle? Like, yeah, here's my card. You know, like, and now they want to bill me more. Come on, Eric.
I don't disagree with anything you're saying. The idea of you being charged separate charges while both your ankles were being scanned is hilarious to me. It's like the Olive Garden salad incident all over again, but for your health care.
I should have TikToked it, Eric. Both ankles were in there, and I got charged for one ankle apiece.
Well, somebody's got to look at the scans for each ankle and be like, okay, ankle 1, yeah, that doesn't look too good. Ankle 2, equally shitty. That's like, double the time.
At least fucking run the whole scan on one ankle to get a really good look. And you're maybe blocking an angle, you know? I don't know. Like, just, come on, like, both ankles are fucking in there, Eric. I swear to God. Like, I was laughing at the time that I paid $200 for both ankles, and I put both feet in there, and they, you know, unbelievable. Like,
you might be the youngest person that I know that has had the most, like, contentious customer service experiences. Like, for me, if I have like a bad like waiter, or I have like a bad service experience, like more often, like today I got some Grubhub. We ordered some Thai food. I ordered chicken fried rice. Chicken fried rice is what I ordered, and like every other time I've ordered from this place has been fucking perfect. It's been great. Today, the food showed up. I open it up. It's not chicken. It's tofu fried rice.
Not even like beef.
Not even like beef. It was tofu. No chicken to speak of. And it's like, I looked at it and I was like, I really don't. This isn't really what I wanted. But like, well, fuck it, whatever. Nine times out of 10, it's been perfect. I'm not gonna like complain about it. I feel like you're the type of guy who would absolutely get right on the phone and be like, listen.
Oh fuck yeah! Like, the last time I was on this podcast, you saw I got the chicken wings. I was supposed to get pizza with it. There's no pizza. I fucking hit up Uber immediately and told them I didn't get my pizza, and I asked for a full refund. Like, I got it, but immediately, like, before I even ate the wings, I was on Uber. Like, if they fuck up, I sometimes screenshot the latest time, and if they fuck up, I ask for a refund. And here's the thing, Eric. I don't want to be a bitch to the businesses, and I hope it does. Really, I want to fuck with Uber. I hope Uber covers it. That's what I hope. I hope it goes back to Uber, because it's their delivery.
Sure.
So I don't give I pay so much goddamn fees and stuff for Uber and whatever delivery. Like if they fuck it up, I'm asking for a refund. Like, I'll eat it, but like, I'll ask for a refund. Yeah.
I'll eat it, but and like, I'm not. For me, it's not worth my time or an effort to like deal with it. But I absolutely agree that it's not right for them to fuck you over. I will also say it's funny to me that the amount that you probably paid for both of your ankles to be scanned, you probably spent that on Uber Eats over the course of like 3 days.
Oh, absolutely, I did. Yeah. No doubt. And just a note to our listeners, I don't get on the phone with them. I just get on their app and like request a refund. Like, okay, they do. I understand, like, customer service fucking sucks. Like, but, I get it. I've been there. Sure. I hate, like, chewing them out. But sometimes, man, they're just so fucking, like, it's not that they're dumb. It's that they're bound by these fucking rules, and it makes them dumb, you know? And, like, I fucking hate that. I fucking hate, and you have to bust them out of their constraints. You have to. You have to do it.
You got a red pillow.
You have to fucking get them out of those chains, like, you know.
You have to fucking go full Spartacus on their ass, okay? They may be kicking and screaming the whole way, but you will free them from their restraint.
Greta will get on the phone, and she's like the nicest person. She doesn't want to, like, you know, but like, if you really want something, you have to, like, you have to know what you want, and you have to know, like, what's fair as a consumer in this fucking stupid country. Like, you know, like, you have to fucking win. Like, it's, you know, as a consumer, we have to take back our fucking, you know, What do you have to take back?
Your rights?
Our rights, our dollars, like our dollars spent. I don't know. You have to take it back. Like, we have to take back control of the situation. We can't let these constraints ruin us as well. We can't be defined by their constraints.
Yeah. I just hope, Ryan, that you don't re-injure yourself during this rant on account of how much you're digging your heels in.
It was nice. It was great.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was really good.
Welcome, everyone. Episode 51. We're on the back half of the road to 100 here, everybody. What a whirlwind it's been. My goodness. Episode 51. Happy Cinco de Mayo for anyone who's listening to this on its official air date. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Do you know what Cinco de Mayo is, Ryan?
The celebration of the dead.
I don't think that it is, actually. I looked it up and I don't remember what it was. Let's find out. Okay, what is Cinco de Mayo celebrated for? The anniversary of the Battle of Puebla. It's a holiday celebrated in parts of Mexico and the United States in honor of a military victory in 1862 over the French forces of Napoleon III.
I was totally wrong. What is celebration of the dead for them? I thought that was...
Isn't that just Dia de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead?
Jeez,
that's probably around Halloween, if I'm not mistaken.
Full of knowledge, man.
I didn't know what Cinco de Mayo was until recently.
Yeah, okay. All right, well.
But happy that. I'm sure everyone's going to be, burning visages of Napoleon III here today as they listen to our program. But that holiday may play a part into our match that we'll be getting into in just a little bit here today. But we'll circle back around to that topic. Before we get into our wrestling here today, though, Ryan, I did have a follow-up from one of the more notable segments that we've ever had in the history of this program. You talked earlier about how you may be doing some physical therapy in the form of walking in a pool.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think it's important that you be aware of this piece of information, Ryan. Did you know? So do you know how many gallons of water are in a pool? Your average, Olympic-sized pool. As a lifeguard, you should probably know this.
I have no fucking idea. A lot of gallons.
I've got the number of gallons here, Ryan.
You want me to guess?
Fucking yeah, do it. Guess. I'll track your wins and losses of your guesses throughout the program too. You're not going to get this number, by the way.
I know. Hold on. Just give me a second. I need to.
Yeah. Everyone, be quiet.
I need to 3D this and
Yeah, it's like Rain Man. There's just numbers and everything that just whirling and twirling in his brain.
An Olympic-sized pool is twice as big. There's 50 meters.
Yeah, sure.
How deep is the pool?
I don't know, man. However deep a fucking Olympic-sized pool is.
So when I get this wrong, it's because you didn't give me all the information that I needed.
I wasn't going to ask you how many gallons are in a pool.
Just asked me how many gallons are in a pool.
Well, I just thought maybe you knew off the top of your head. This isn't I didn't expect you to take time to think about it. I just figured, hey, do you know? No? Okay, it's this number. Was the extent of that conversation.
Why don't you just tell me so I don't look...
You already look weird. Based off this reaction. You're still thinking?
Give me a second.
For fuck's sakes, man.
Just give me a second. Let me.
I'm giving you. Okay, I'm not going to say anything else.
Okay, so 50. We'll go 5 feet deep.
Okay.
God, I'm going to be so off. This is embarrassing. 20,000.
You know what? You're not. I mean, numerically, you're a ways off, but you're close. In my brain, it's 220,000 gallons.
Fuck.
Yeah.
So a 10 times off.
So here's a better question than that, though.
Yeah.
In a pool that is 220,000 gallons, so your standard pool, I have a figure that is reported to be the amount of pee that is in that pool. Do you have any guesses how many of those gallons?
It depends on if fucking you and Keith are in the pool or not. It's him.
What? You can't just throw listeners under the fucking bus.
It fucking depends, Mike.
Do you know how many bleeps I had to use last episode? You're going to make me bleep more?
God damn! Like
your-
it just fuck. I don't. How many?
20.
20?
20 gallons of pee in an average 220,000 gallon pool.
That's too much. any pee in the pool is too much.
I'm just reporting the facts. It's 20 gallons of pee on average.
God, that's so. Okay.
So percentage-wise, that's pretty low.
But in an Olympic-sized pool, that's what it is, right? So
that is my understanding.
Most pools are not Olympic-sized.
Uh-huh.
So you just divide it by 2.
Sure. So then you're just talking about like.
Okay. All right. So, okay.
Like 10 gallons or something. I don't know.
God fucking damn it! Like that's so like.
So just think about that when you're doing your physical therapy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what I'm thinking of is like gallons of milk being like poured a pee into this fucking pool.
Why does it have to be
10 fucking gallons of someone pouring pee, and like that's some. I don't understand it. I totally get peeing in the ocean or peeing in a lake. I understand that. I really do.
I'm not going back to.
No.
You're nothing if not consistent.
That it's totally fine. It feels great. Like you get it all out. It's
It feels even better in a pool, though, Ryan.
No, Eric, stop. It does not. That is the most. I still am shocked going back to this that you guys fucking are okay with this fucking. First of all, that you're okay with this amount of pee in a pool, this ratio of pee to fucking water, and second of all, that you're okay peeing in a fucking pool. Like, who does that shit? Like,
I'm this close from rescinding my offer of you coming to the Flamingo pool and hanging out with me. I'm this close, Ryan.
I'm not going to get in the pool if you're in the pool. Like, I might get in before, but I'm not getting in with you. Like,
you're not getting in without me, pal. I'm your ticket into that pool.
God, it's gonna be higher than average fucking pee in the pool. It's gross. People like you, Eric. People like you and some of our fucking listeners.
Okay, Mr. Ivory Tower. So here's the thing about Ryan, everybody. Because he was a fucking lifeguard, he thinks that he knows better than everybody else because he's hot shit. Back when he was fucking lifeguarding in landlocked Snohomish, he thinks he's a fucking big deal. Well, guess what, Ryan? I have a quote from somebody who outranks you on the swim scale, sir.
Yeah,
we're talking about a former U.S. swimming team member, an Olympic swimmer, was asked about peeing in pools, Ryan. Do you have any interest in what their perspective was?
Oh, I'm sure they pee in the pool all the fucking time. I bet you found, I bet you did your own research, Eric, and you found what you wanted to find, and you found someone who pees in the pool all the fucking time.
Very reputable U.S. swim team member, Carly Gear. Everyone remembers seeing Carly on all those Wheaties boxes just a few short years ago. According to Carly, very reputable member of U.S. swim team, nearly 100% of elite competitive swimmers pee in the pool. Nearly 100%. That lets me know Michael Phelps has almost certainly peed in a pool.
You've really linked this together, Eric. If
peeing in pools is good enough for Michael Phelps, Olympic gold medalist, many times over, it's good enough for me, little old Eric.
And the thing is, like, why this is bullshit, why Olympic swimmers fucking suck now. Like, they're not like swimming a race that lasts them like a day. Like, they're swimming in the fucking pool. And maybe they work out for a few hours. Who pees that much?
I mean, besides you?
Are they? Yes, Eric, I pee a lot. But you know where I pee? I go pee in the fucking toilet. All right? I get up and I pee in the toilet. Even in my wheelchair, Eric, I get up and pee in the toilet.
A toilet is like a pool for bugs. I bet bugs pee in toilets.
They probably live in there, Eric. If you live in there, that's fine. If you have to get in the pool for 3 hours and you can't fucking hold your bladder, it's unbelievable. Like, it's so disgusting that, like,
pool would be like a toilet for a frost giant. I mean, you just seem mad that someone who outranks you in the swimming hierarchy, because you're way behind on your union dues at this point when it comes to the swimmer's Illuminati. Somebody who outranks you is saying, "Oh yeah, everybody does it."
Have you ever seen the South Park where they discuss this issue?
I'm sure I have. I don't remember it off the top of my head.
I would watch it. I think it encapsulates. Am I saying that right? Yeah.
It encapsulates, yes.
It encapsulates this whole debate. It really does a very good job of like discussing people like you and discussing people like me who fucking. It really does. I think
people like me, like Olympic swimmers, or people like you who were poorer lifeguards.
I think it really touches everyone. I think it touches everyone.
Less than stellar lifeguards.
No, I wouldn't say that, Eric. I was only suspended once. All right.
Wait, you got suspended from lifeguarding?
I did, yeah.
Why?
I didn't show up.
I guess okay, all right.
Yeah,
I was wondering if you gotten a fight with somebody while
No. I just didn't show. It was really a nice 2-day vacation. I thought I was going to get fired, and they're like, "You can't work for the next 2 days." I was like, "That's fucking great! Like, that's perfect." But yeah, no, I was a very. So we went through some, deep water training. To this day I could perform. I never.
Well, maybe not right now to this day. But
I don't need my feet necessarily. I just need good buoyancy.
What's your preferred swimming stroke? Like if you had to go out, assuming you had healthy ankles, healthy heels, what would your stroke be? You strike me as a breaststroker. I do like the breaststroke. The most impressive one. Anyone who can do this, I'm just impressed by, is the butterfly. Like, not for me. I wouldn't go rescue someone. I can't even do the butterfly. But damn, that's an impressive stroke. What an impressive stroke! If I could watch someone rescue someone with the butterfly, I would resign as a lifeguard for. But I do like the breaststroke, and you don't rescue. You just do freestyle, like sure, yeah, I'm sure you're a big doggy paddler. I would assume. I'm not a doggy paddler. I'm unimpressed by doggy paddle. If someone rescued someone with the doggy paddle, I'd be unimpressed. I mean, I would actually be impressed. They can barely swim. That would be pretty impressive. But I always look down on people who I want to teach them how to really swim. As you would. I don't look like a dick here. Like, don't. We crossed that bridge many episodes ago, Ryan. Yeah, but you gotta freestyle. You gotta learn how to freestyle. That's the most noted. I can accept that. Moving on to another subject as we kind of knock out some items, because last episode 50, hopefully everybody enjoyed that little jaunt where we learned all about how Ryan injured himself. We talked also about his alternate podcast plans, which hopefully we never have to hear anything about that ever again. But, I think it's time to go back to the notes. We maybe kind of pick Ryan's brain about certain subjects. I have a question for you here, Ryan. So it occurred to me, it sounds like actually you're a little bit more mobile now than you were last time you and I spoke. You're actually able to kind of get up and down the stairs a little bit, etc. You want me to stand up? Is that what you want, Eric? No, don't stand. No, don't stand up. I don't want to be responsible for you. Stand up. He's fucking standing. Oh, he did it. He did it, everybody. Just so how will my bones heal? Like, proofs in the pudding. And I see your calcium supplement on your table behind you. So D3, vitamin D, like. Yeah. He's getting it all. He's getting it all in, everybody. He can't drink milk, but he's going to get those supplements other ways. But it occurred to me, your situation as it stands right now, it reminds me of a very famous figure that I know from my childhood, Professor X of the X-Men. Very famous for being in a wheelchair, but because his body was weakened, he was unable to perform as many of the physical tasks that his team of X-Men were able to accomplish. He instead made up with that with the powers of the mind, Ryan. So now that your body's in somewhat of a weakened state, you're unable to do all the things that maybe you would like to be doing physically, like rollerblading or not going to the gym, things of those nature. What are you doing to strengthen your mind to make up for your weakened body? Not a lot, Eric. Not a lot. I did discuss this
with Greta, I had plans to spend this like 6 weeks really hitting the books.
Did you really? Like, are we talking like professionally, like learning like coding stuff, or?
Yeah. I have a Python book sitting here that I've gotten a quarter way through. But I was gonna really hit on the weekends. I don't do anything, so I can't really go anywhere. But I haven't yet. I've been mostly on TikTok.
I don't think that this app has benefited you in any meaningful way, Ryan.
No, it hasn't at all. I really like it, but it's really like sucking my brain of like its resources. It's really bad. But yeah, no, maybe in the next 3 weeks, I'll really hit that, really gain some knowledge.
I hope you do. It's not too late. It's never too late, Ryan.
I'm knowledgeable enough as a stand, on a lot of subjects. So
yeah, not the amount of gallons in a Olympic pool necessarily, but other subjects. Yeah, TikTok related subjects.
Right. Who to send these videos to? Who to get them out to? Who needs to see this? Who needs to this needs to be shared with someone? Like, I got to figure that out.
Yeah.
So yeah. But it's in the works. It was discussed. And
that's the first step is kind of knowing what that step's going to be, is determining like, okay, here's the route that I'm going to take. And yes, you're 3 weeks into it, but that doesn't mean that you can't maximize the time that you have for the remaining 3 weeks.
Right. And that's what I think I'm 4 weeks into it, and I'm 2 weeks, just so I want you to be correct. No fake news here. 4 weeks, 2 weeks left.
Yeah.
But no, that was the initial plan. But that's how it always goes in my life. When I was in high school, every like first half, like the first half of the first semester, I'd be really motivated to like really pick it up, and I would do it, and then I would just fall apart in the second half. I just didn't hold the motivation to really get there.
Do you know off the top of your head approximately like what your GPA was in high school?
Very poor, very bad.
How poor? Less than 2?
Oh yeah.
Oh wow, really? Less than 2?
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
Oh woof.
Yeah.
I think I graduated high school with like a 2.6.
I don't. So I was going to say you're a 2.6 guy, like Eric. you're a very smart guy. Like,
let me amend this. Hold on, you're going to go on a fucking Ryan tangent with. You know what? Do it, but do it in like a second. To be fair, when I graduated college with like a 3.5 or a 3.6.
That's what I'm saying.
Just so we're all clear on this, I just didn't apply myself in high school.
Well, I would say so. I had a very, very difficult time with school. I just was very much not interested in anything that they were teaching. We skipped a good portion of like senior and junior year, but just not in class. And like we learned how to optimize that by like, because those calls would come in back to our home phone. So I would just disconnect the phone line during those periods where they called. And, we would write notes, to like get out of class. Very, very professional. We did it in a good way. Like we, made sure that we were good not to get that call. But I was successful that way. It worked a lot. Like, I did not find school interesting, but after, several years, I realized I needed to apply myself in something. And I started taking, just several UW certificates, since then. So,
So I think that there's a piece that people may have because you glossed over it so quickly. So when you would skip school, you knew to unplug your parents' phone line so that call would not go into them. Yeah.
So at that time, it wasn't going directly to the cell phone. Cell phones weren't big. It was going to the home phone. So,
sure.
I knew when they would call, I just disconnect. Or if I couldn't disconnect it, like I would just take the phone and be on the phone during that time. Whatever it took, like to not get that phone call. Like it was, and then we also had to get past like security at school. We had to know when, we had this all like mapped out like completely. But yeah, I was not there for the majority of my senior year. I did not find a lot of interest in school. I liked the people. I had a really good time with I really,
Well, you're a likable guy.
High school was very fun. I enjoyed it a lot because, But I did not like class, and I was not a good student until I found something that I was interested in. I'm very also ADHD, ADD.
Right.
So you have to find something you latch on to.
I skipped school one time. And
really?
I didn't get away with it for sure because I didn't know the tricks of the trade like you do, apparently. But yeah, no, I definitely the call came through. And so another part that also sort of like buried me a little bit. I don't know if I would have, who knows what would have actually happened if things had gone differently. But basically the short version is a buddy of mine who also went to that high school, his family was like moving away. And so it was like the last day that he was going to be in town before they moved. And me and another friend were basically like, oh, well, let's go to the EMP, now known as the Mopop. Let's go to the EMP and just hang out for the day and just, enjoy the day before you have to leave. And so I remember the night before asking my parents, hey, can I just not go to school tomorrow?
Oh, so that was your first mistake. Like, now they know. Like,
I was trying to be upfront about it. And so
yeah.
I asked them, can I skip school tomorrow? Is that okay? And they thought about it. And like, again, my grades were not great. I think by this point I had bounced back to a certain degree where they weren't nearly as bad as they had been in like 9th grade or anything like that in freshman year. But yeah, they were like, no. And so then I was like, okay, well, I'm just going to do it anyway. And so not that I said that to them, but in my mind, that's what I was thinking. And so then, yeah, I skipped school, basically made the most out of that, went down to the EMP, just hung out at our friend's house for the entire day. And then I knew when I got back, like, oh, they're going to find out. So the call happened, and then I got like, I don't know, grounded for a couple weeks, maybe a month, something like that. Totally worth it.
That sounds like actually a good day. That's what you have to do. Like you took the risk. There was a risk involved. You faced the consequences, and that's it. You have to do it. You have to do it.
Yeah. And they told me like, oh, the reason that like this punishment is what it is because you asked, we said no, and you did it anyway. But it's like in the back of my mind, I'm like, this would probably be the same even if I hadn't asked. But who knows? I don't know.
So the last day I skipped school, this was the last day I ever went to school, actually, was like right before I turned 18 my senior year, and we left just as normal. After first period, we would meet up, and we'd be like, hey, should we dip? we just took off into the parking lot, and we went to this little park that we always went to, and we were smoking weed at this park, and we got a cop rolled up like right next to us, and we're like, oh shit, yeah. Like, and he rolled up and he came in and he's like, he had this student parking pass, so they knew we were in school. They're like, what are you doing here? This is like truancy. And then they smelled the weed in the car, so we all got out, and everyone got like, I think, arrested. So it was me and another buddy. We rode back in a cop car to the school. They took us back.
Oh no.
And it was one of the funniest like rides ever, because I was just like looking at them. I was like, what is going on? Like, what is happening with my life right now? Like,
right. I'm gonna call in with your badge number. I'm gonna complain to your superior officer.
This is insane. Like, and then we got taken to separate directions. We talked to like different vice principals, and then my dad came, and holy shit, like that was then they ran down like, oh, he's missed like this many days of school. Like, while my dad's there, they like pulled the report. It was like one of the worst fucking times. But from being like kind of funny to like totally fucked. Everything that I had done just collapsed on me. And that was,
Is this what led you to being sent to military school? Was that kind of the straw that broke the camel's back?
Yeah. Well, so what happened was my parents were like, you can go, we'll pay for your community college. Like, if you want to go, like, we'll pay to go. Like, and then I fucking went and I stopped going there too. And I always felt really bad about this because this cost them like a shitload of money to like pay up front. Like,
right.
You know, what's it? $1,600 or something, like, to pay for your classes, and I didn't go to that either. I kept skipping that, which I don't feel as bad about the high school stuff. I feel bad about that.
Sure.
And then they're like, and so I just turned 18 and they're like, hey, like, really, like, if you don't go to this, like, military school, you have to move out and we're taking the car. And so they're like, if you go, we'll sign the car over to you. And, you know, so I went, I got everything back. And then, it was actually really, like, probably beneficial to me to do that. And then I went back to the community college, started getting, like, good guys, more motivated. And, you know, I realized whatever. Then I worked at a call center.
You always pepper that in as it's like, you know, this big thing. But I think that's what shaped you into the man that you are here today, Ryan.
It did. This trend of my life has been really interesting, from going from a total fuck up, just a really bad situation, you know, like, especially after, like, you know, the incident. My dad was like, you're done. Like, you're totally fucked. You're, like, in a really bad spot. And then I, like, worked my way out of it. But it's been an interesting ride. But that's kind of how it started.
This podcast is like, did you ever, anytime I ask this question, the answer is always no. And I've come to accept that. Have you ever seen the movie Memento?
No.
It's fine. Basically, like, you know nothing at the start of the movie, and then you kind of just, like, figure out, like, little bits and pieces. It's basically the movie that, as you're seeing it, is working backwards. I feel like every single time that, like, we have a new episode, like, we're learning more. Because, like, I brought up just a few episodes ago how, like, you had, like, gone to military school. I don't think, like, we had talked about that previously. I don't think, like, we definitely hadn't talked about you, like, getting stabbed with a rolling rock before. And so, like, more and more of the gaps, the puzzle pieces are being filled in as we go along. But it always keeps going, like, further and further back, it seems like.
Yeah, no, it's interesting life.
Yeah. Next episode, we're going to find out what it is that you were doing when you were hit by a car. Like, it turns out you just throwing, like, bricks at cars and, like, that, and, like, she ran you down on purpose.
You're just adding stuff to the story that's not even fucking true. Eh?
I'm just speculating now because, like, there's all these rationales and reasons for, like, all these crazy things that happen to you. It's never just the thing happens. It's like, oh, I was doing this and that caused X, Y, and Z.
I did, and we don't have to get into this, but I did get in trouble in 8th grade for throwing apples at cars. And that was actually it was a really funny story. Like, and my parents didn't think it was funny, but I, like, thought it was, in 8th grade, we had to write, like, a paper, and I wrote about it. I wrote about this whole event, this whole, like, throwing apples at cars event. Maybe I can find the paper. Maybe I can ask my mom, because I got an A on it. They're like, this is so, like, it's very well written, and I got a really good grade on it. And my mom was she's like, you need to write, like, you need to, like, get into, like, probably journalism or something, like, over this fucking story that I wrote about this, like, incident. I have thrown stuff at cars and also gotten in trouble for that.
What you were throwing? Okay, so you were throwing. I mean, I feel like a lot of kids. I know I was one of the kids. I don't really remember, like, myself doing it, but I was definitely hanging around kids that would occasionally, like, do stuff like that up in my neighborhood. But where were you? So you were throwing apples. This wasn't like a freeway situation, was it?
No. This was 7th grade, and, like, I had some friends over the night before. We stayed up watching those, like, Girls Gone Wild commercials on, like, Comedy Central the night before. And then,
shout out to Girls Gone Wild.
Yeah. And then the next day, my parents weren't there, so we had, like, these gardens, like, out in the front of our house, and just this, like, it's just this two-lane road, you know, 1-lane road, you know.
Yeah, sure.
And we had all these apples on the apple tree. So we, like, grabbed a bunch of apples, took them to the gardens, and hid in the gardens. And then, like, a car would drive by, and we would just fucking throw the apple. And then we heard it hit, like, and we're like, oh shit. Like, all of us were like, fuck. And what we heard, though, after that was guy, like, he slammed on his brakes. So he, like, skidded, right? And we're like, oh fuck, he's gonna come back. So we ran into the house. And, like, very quickly, and locked all the doors. And, like, so one of my buddies, like, hid downstairs in, like, the basement bathroom, which was, like, very locked in. Well, this guy comes and, like, in our driveway and starts, like, banging on the door, like, the front door. He's, like, hitting it. And one of my buddies, like, is sitting there on the wall, like, with a baseball bat, just, like, clutching his hands. And I'm, like, cracking up. I'm like, this is the funniest thing I've ever seen. Like, what are you going to do with that baseball bat? Like, and he's, like, shaking, like, just sitting there by the wall.
Were your parents home while this is all happening?
They were gone.
Okay.
They were gone.
Okay.
But, so, this guy's, like, banging on the door, and we're just sitting there, and then he leaves. And we're, like, totally relieved. We're like, okay, fuck yeah. Like, that was awesome. We survived it. Like, nice.
We should do more of this. Yes.
Yeah. So then, like, I'm downstairs. I'm doing something. I'm like vacuuming or cleaning something, and I hear like a knock at the door when my parents are home. My mom and dad were back, and there's a knock on the door, and then I fucking hear them like discussing what happened. That guy fucking came back that night.
Oh, okay. Okay. Later that day.
And talked to my fucking parents about it. And my, like, heart just, like, you know, like, the feeling, like, when your heart just kind of flushes. And it just, it was, like...
Flushed heart.
This was, at this point, this was, like, the worst thing I had done in my life. Like, and I was, like, I'm so fucked. And, yeah, so my parents found out, and they called me up, and they just, like, kind of ripped into me at that point. They're like, and they called everyone's parents too, like, who were involved, like, who were there. So, like,
oh, no.
They came back, and, like, then we had to go down to his house and apologize. Like, we all went down to his house, and, like, we're so sorry, like, we did this. My parents drove us there. And then I was grounded. I had to do, like, so we were going on a cruise, like, the following week, and I had to do, like, they're like, you're grounded for this week, and if you, like, get everything done, then you cannot be grounded on the cruise.
And it ties back in with the cruise conversation from, like, episode 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Holy
shit.
So
I worked, like, very hard to get everything done. I hated it, but I had a lot of, that moment was,
you paid your penance.
Story, like, you know, I had to write about it. It was so good.
Right. You paid your debt to society, and that process needed to be...
But I still think that guy's a fucking dick, dude. Like, you know, first of all, like, okay, fine, you want to come, one or the other, right? You either come bang on our door initially, or you come back later. He did both, like, you know. So...
if you're willing to do the crime, you got to be willing to do the time, Ryan. That's what I say about it.
So that was that.
Yeah.
So I've done a little bit of both, but I didn't break anything during that one. Just broke my heart.
Your heart flushed with fear and trepidation. Let's get into wrestling. I think we've dilly dallied long enough.
I have one more question.
Oh, okay.
But I think I should. I know we talked about this before. I've gotten into a little debate on Reddit about fucking tipping.
Wait, you got into a debate on Reddit about tipping?
Like, yes, and it's still ongoing. Like, it's been like 2 days.
Okay.
And it's just this back and forth, and it's over tipping at Subway. That was my, like, example of, like, it's
the sandwich artists need to live too, Ryan, for the record.
And totally, 100%. My issue with that is, where do you fucking draw this line? I know we've discussed this, but, like, where does it end? Where do you not tip anymore? Subway, as much as, like, it sucks to work for Subway or eat fast food where they exploit their workers and exploit their labor for fucking very cheap, you know, blah, blah, blah. It shouldn't be on the consumer to fucking pick that tab up. You know, we pay for the product. They get a full hourly wage. You tip at a place that, like, doesn't get paid full hourly wage, and they make it up with tips. Mm-hmm. So where do you draw? Do you tip your banker, Eric? Do you tip? do you tip your doctor? Do you tip your plumber? Where does it fucking end? Like,
I mean, I don't tip any of these people that you've mentioned so far. No.
But if they're asking for tips now, is that not, like, one of the most, like, corrupt fucking things you've ever seen in your life?
That's very strong language. I would say I would be inclined to agree with you, although I may not put it in those terms.
I don't even understand the debate that this guy is, like, going off. He doesn't even make any fucking sense, and it's just, like, this back and forth. And he's like, you're not answering the question. I'm like, I did answer the question. You're not answering the fucking question. Like, your point is fucking stupid. I don't understand anybody who thinks, like, if you go to Subway and they're prompting for tips when you fucking cash out, like, that's okay. Like, it should not be. When I worked at Costco, I could not take tips. I would have been fired for taking tips. Like,
Right.
where is it drawn? Do you tip your checkers when you check out at Costco? Where the fuck does it end? And there has to be a line. There has to be a line. There has to be a firm line, and it should be illegal. And Congress should step in now and say, hey, this needs to stop. It has to fucking stop. I do not want to feel bad when I go there and I select 0 because I paid fucking $18 for a sandwich. And I don't want to fucking throw a 15% tip on this outrageous fucking sandwich I paid for. Like, I shouldn't have to feel bad for that. And I do. And there has to be a line. And I want to make sure I'm not a dick for not, like, that's what I need to know.
I don't think you're a dick. I would question, do you think that this Reddit argument has been a good use of your time?
No. But Eric, I'm not doing much. So like you said, like, maybe I'm not using my brain, but I'm fucking getting on the internet and arguing with someone, like.
Which is just as good as using your brain. Good.
Like, every time I hop on my phone, I got a new notification that this guy is fucking, it's the same fucking guy, like, and then I go back and I fucking respond. It's been like, it'll be 3 days tomorrow that we've gone like back and forth on this. And he's honestly, or this person's a fucking idiot. Like, they don't know shit. And they're fucking straw manning it. Like, like, it's just insane. But there has to be a line, Eric. There has to be a line, and it has to stop. Like,
I don't disagree. Actually, one other thing before we get into wrestling, you may not have anything. It's fine if you don't. Any updates on Ryan's dream journal?
I have been having fucking weird dreams. I actually told Greta about one the other day. What was it? Like vivid dreams. But I haven't really kept track. Yeah, it was really good. And I'm going to bed so early now. I have like this ample opportunity to have lots of dreams,
Right. You all these calcium induced dreams that you're having these days.
Fuck, what was it? I told her because I woke up and I was like, usually like sometimes my dreams are just like basic or like, it's whatever. But this was a good one that I had recently. I'll try to recall it and maybe get on the next podcast. But nothing like,
you got to write, like, just bring up a notepad in your phone. Just type in a couple notes to yourself when you have a really
my bullet points. Yeah.
Because I want to explore the dreamscape of Ryan's psyche.
I'll open up a little journal. I'm interested in it too. I fucking love dreaming. It's you spend like a third of your day like potentially dreaming. You should capture that and you should enjoy it. Like,
stop trying to sell us mattresses, Ryan. Yeah, we get it, pal.
Hey, it's for the audience, like, you basically live in this weird state for a third of your time of your life, and it's fucking amazing if you can get into it. Like, it's incredible. Like,
just use the code HARDMARK, and you can get your own Sleep Number bed for 20% off.
Should I sell mattresses? Should I get into that? Like, that's the next step in my life.
That the Dream Journal segment is the natural lead into the Sleep Number sponsorship /
business ideas. Yeah.
Fuck, there's one mattress company that is like on all the podcasts. What the fuck is it? Helix Sleep. So Helix Sleep, hit us up. Ryan, you can be a featured sponsor of Ryan's Dream Journal moving forward. Absolutely. Let's discuss. Let's talk some business. I'm looking at Ryan's mattress in the background right there. It looks a little crusty. I think you could use a Helix one of these days. This mattress fucking sucks. But I've had like the best dreams of my life on it. Like it's really picking up. Like, but it does suck. So I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. Well, maybe the most uncomfortable mattresses are the best for dreaming. That's what I'm saying. Like, do I want a comfortable mattress if I give up dreaming? No. Like, if you sleep on a rock. When you put it that way. But we really should move to wrestling. But what were your dreams like when you were sleeping on the couch? Not as like. I mean, I've always been a decent dreamer, but they weren't as vivid as I recall. Like, recently they've been really picking up just fascinating shit. Like, I wish you're cock teasing us here, Ryan. I wish I had taken some notes. I will. I'll start. Give me blue balls. Yeah, they're good. They're fascinating. Well, we'll be the judge of that. Yeah. Okay. All right. Wrestling. So Ryan, as we've seen throughout the illustrious history of our fine program, there's all sorts of styles of pro wrestling out there, and many of those styles are tied to specific regions or countries. So, for example, the Japanese style of wrestling is different than the American style. It's generally a little bit harder hitting and based around martial arts. I mean, you could argue better. I think it's a personal preference, but some may say better. And in your scientific opinion, I think you could probably point in that direction, potentially. Europe, and the UK specifically, has its own style too, based around complex submission holds and escapes. We haven't actually seen any of that so far on the show, but that's definitely kind of has its own sort of style for pro wrestling as well. But in honor of Cinco de Mayo, I scrapped the plans that I originally had for our episode. I made the appropriate adjustments, and so today we are going to be viewing the first match that we have seen so far that could be considered a representation of Mexican wrestling, otherwise known as lucha libre.
I think I've heard that. Is that the common term for Mexican wrestling?
It is, yeah. So if you were down in Mexico, you would not see pro wrestling on signs. You would see signs for lucha libre if they were having a pro wrestling show. Sorry, is that the name for it, or is that like the company who hosts? Or? It's the name for it. Yeah, it translates, and this is actually, if you remember, a little while ago, we did Jeopardy. Jeopardy had wrestling questions. One of those was, "This is the the answer was lucha libre, and then the question was like, "This translates to free fighting," which yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. So I'll be the first to admit right here at the start, I don't follow the Mexican wrestling scene super closely. I'll do my best to address any questions, but I have a kind of a general familiarity with it. But again, let me know and I can hopefully address most of your questions. Now, a little bit of background. Stylistically, lucha libre, it's pretty unique overall. Generally, the wrestlers, aka luchadors, so luchadors do lucha libre, they don't take a lot of flat back bumps like you see in other regions. So especially in American pro wrestling and Japanese, you're used to guys kind of like throwing themselves backwards, like big impact, big noise when they fall. Instead, in lucha libre, they do a lot of moves where they roll out of it instead. So a lot of like hip tosses where the guy will kind of like roll. It's kind of like a action movie scene instead of kind of just landing flat on their back, that sort of thing. So while that eliminates a lot of the long-term damage to their necks, their backs, their pussies, and their cracks, they also attempt a lot of dives. So it's kind of an injury trade-off. Like dives into another wrestler? Or? Yeah, like dives outside of the ring, a lot of kind of, high-risk maneuvers, things of that nature, etc. So less of kind of the repeated flat back bumps, but more high-risk dives, some superhero-esque maneuvers outside of the ring. I respect that. So Mexico has a very long and proud history with lucha libre, and one of the longest, and actually the longest running wrestling company in the world is based out of Mexico City. So that was established in 1932. Wow. Yeah, so almost 100 years, actually, 90 years at this point. So the wrestlers are treated like superheroes, and one of the focal points of lucha is the use of masks. So not only are masks used to give the wrestlers an air of mystery, but the masks themselves are meant to give each wrestler their personality. And most Mexican wrestlers can actually be immediately identified by the design of their masks. So they all have very unique ones. If you were to go to like a shop in Mexico that had a bunch of these masks, you could immediately say like, oh, that's a mask for Psychosis. That's a mask for El Santo. Like you'd be able to distinctly tell them all apart if you were familiar with them. The most famous luchador of all time was named El Santo. He was a legitimate icon in Mexico, not only for wrestling fans, but for Mexican culture as a whole. You could think of him as a star on the level of a Muhammad Ali or a Michael Jordan. He wrestled nearly 50 years. He starred in over 50 films, and he competed in and was undefeated in nearly 40, and bear with me for a moment, nearly 40 luchas de apuestas. Hopefully I'm saying that somewhat accurately. But he was undefeated in nearly 40 luchas de apuestas matches, the most important type of lucha libre match, which in each competitor will wager their mask or their hair. So El Santo put his mask up over 40 times. He was victorious all 40 of those occasions. So once a luchador loses their mask, that's it. They are not allowed to wear it any longer. They either have to retire or they would continue wrestling maskless. The same governing body that's an actual government agency that legislates boxing in Mexico, they also regulate pro wrestling as well, and they treat that shit very, very seriously.
There's no government regulation in U.S. matches.
No, there used to be. There's not anymore. But yeah, typically it was not uncommon for there to be boxing and wrestling regulatory bodies in the United States back as probably as late as like the 70s, early 80s.
Fucking classic America, no regulations.
Like Vince McMahon in the 80s, he basically came out and said, this is a show, this is not a sport, specifically so he could get out of that regulation, because previously to that, they were having to pay these athletic commissions money every time that they were running shows in those areas.
In which areas? Like, was there certain states that were like regular? Or
yeah, certain states had athletic commissions that would regulate professional wrestling because it was deemed a sport. And so if you basically the trade-off was like, okay, they're treating it as a sport, but we have to pay them money. Vince McMahon was like, well, fuck it, I don't want to pay them money, and I don't really care that people believe that it's real, so I'm just going to tell them that it's not, so that I don't have to pay the athletic commissions money anymore.
Sorry, I don't want to get off topic.
Sure.
Now I'm curious. Are we seeing sports? I know there's been some issues with like baseball, and there's been some like under oath like comments, but like are they regulated? Is there a regulatory agency that regulates like sports in this country? Like at this point,
I don't think. Like you said, you mentioned baseball, for example. I don't think baseball is like so. Boxing, I think, is probably one of the last sports that really has that type of legislation over it. Maybe UFC also, mixed martial arts too, because like you can't just do that in every state. Like there's a athletic commission that has to oversee it. Like they'll perform health checks on the competitors to make sure that they're like healthy enough and like licensed to fight in that state. Yeah. So I don't think that baseball or football or basketball would have that same sort of oversight. I think it's mostly combat sports.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's interesting. I was just curious.
Like, I remember after Mike Tyson, like, I think this was after he bit Holyfield's ear, for example. Yeah. I'm pretty sure the only two states that would let Tyson fight were Nevada and, like, New Jersey.
Okay. So
like, other states would not license him to fight, and that was because of the athletic commissions or something like that.
So it is some sort of like state level athletic commission that would be regulating. Okay.
That's my understanding. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Yeah. That's so, but it's still under regulation in Mexico, like the government.
Correct. Yeah. And I don't think, and I can't really speak to like whether or not the people believe it's real. I don't know. Because lucha libre does not look like a fight. It's probably the most distinct form of professional wrestling versus any other country. Like Japan and America, they're not too dissimilar. Mexican wrestling definitely is very visually distinct from the other ones.
Okay.
So I can't really imagine that someone would go there and think that it's real. It's just you're very much suspending your disbelief. But it is regulated by the same body that does boxing. Okay. Yeah. So back to El Santo. So his funeral was one of the biggest in Mexican history. He was actually buried in his mask, live on television. The reason I'm mentioning all this about El Santo is because he had a frequent tag team partner by the name of Gory Guerrero. So Gory Guerrero was also a very well-known wrestler, not quite on the same level of El Santo, not a movie star or anything like that. Guerrero had 4 sons that would all become professional wrestlers, with the standout being his youngest son, Eddie Guerrero. So Eddie made a name for himself in Mexico. He also worked quite a bit in Japan, specifically New Japan Pro Wrestling that we've seen a few matches from, before he became a star in the United States as a part of ECW, and then he made the jump over to WCW, your classic Turner Network Television, TNT Wrestling. So in our match today, Eddie Guerrero is the WCW Cruiserweight Champion, which is a title that is meant for lighter weight, more high-flying competitors. So Eddie had been dominating the Cruiserweight division. He had adopted a very cocky, ruthless attitude in his rise to the top of the ranks. Guerrero was fueled in part by bitterness and resentment. So he remembered how his father had always been in the shadow of the legendary El Santo, and so he was determined to establish himself as the top star of the Cruiserweight. So, kind of his father's treatment in the shadow of El Santo definitely played a part in kind of his personality, his persona in the ring. However, Eddie's biggest rival was a man that he had competed against in Mexico, probably the most popular luchador of all time in the United States, and someone that embodies the same spirit of masked lucha libre heroes like El Santo. His name is Rey Mysterio Jr. So Rey had become a sensation after debuting in WCW, and he ushered in an entirely new style of wrestling that most fans in the U.S. had never seen before. The 5'6" Mysterio possessed abilities greater than his size would suggest, and his talents would win over that audience, young and old, and Rey would essentially become the de facto face of the WCW Cruiserweights, which was a fact not lost on Eddie Guerrero and only served to drive Guerrero's jealousy even further. A former Cruiserweight champion in his own right, Rey Mysterio challenged Eddie Guerrero for his title in Las Vegas, of all places, at a show called Halloween Havoc. Eddie accepted on one condition: that Mysterio put his mask on the line, making this the first Lucha de Apuestas match in WCW history and the 9th Lucha de Apuestas match that Rey Mysterio had participated in. And so that is our match here today. We've got mask versus title. The bitter and angry Eddie Guerrero is out to make a name for himself by destroying the legacy of the resilient young phenom, Rey Mysterio Jr.
All right.
That's it. That's our thing. And so Ryan's record as it stands right now is 31 wins, 26 losses. He's on a 2-match losing streak. He's looking to bounce back, ladies and gentlemen.
I am. I'm all about it today. No losses. I don't care what the match looks like.
Yeah.
Getting into the match, I want to win. That's all. I got a W on my mind.
Right. He's not even going to enjoy what he sees. He's just going to sit. He's going to analyze the whole thing, figure it out.
Break it down technically. Yeah, exactly.
Perfect. That's perfect. Well, with that said, any other questions that you have about our competitors, about the match? It is in Las Vegas, your current hometown. Don't know if that gives you an advantage or not. We'll see.
It should. It should play into.
It should. All right. Well, let's watch that match. We'll be right back, and when we come back, we'll give you our thoughts on Eddie Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio Jr. Thanks, everybody.
This is really a great. He's turned on his family. And Mike, you've often said that Eddie always had this in him, but I'm not so sure. The gory special, Mysterio turns into an on-drag takedown. There you go! Incredible surge of energy. He tried a drop kick, then that seated drop kick on the back of the neck.
That could have broke his neck.
Oh, my.
Talk about whiplash.
Over the top! Oh, he took him out!
The somersault flip
I've never seen anything
into
like
the
this all
flying
my
head
life.
scissors on the floor.
Wow, I've never seen anything like that. What action, huh?
Mysterio trying to fight off the suplex attempt by Guerrero up on the top.
That's what this Cruiserweight title match has been, a fight. From the opening bell, both men pushing their abilities to the limit here. This is from the middle, turn back up! He gets down, 1, 2, 3!
Yes! New champion! Wow! New champion! What a fight! What a battle!
And they are standing here!
For this man, Rey Mysterio Jr.
Actually, I think for both men.
I think you're right, Shabani. This man went into that ring. I don't think he even...
We are back. We have returned. We just watched Rey Mysterio Jr. take on Eddie Guerrero for the WCW Cruiserweight Championship, while also Rey Mysterio defending his legacy, the honor of his mask, putting that up for grabs in the match as well. I have good news. I know everybody's really rooting for Ryan every time. Ryan successfully predicted Rey Mysterio as the victor of that match. That brings his record to 32-26. He's now on a 1-match winning streak, everybody. How lucky for us all. Ryan, what'd you think of the match?
I thought it was a solid match. I thought it was very, very, very decent. Didn't It didn't blow my fucking mind away, but it was a great, solid wrestling match. You know, I respect that match. I respect what they did, how they performed. You know, what it meant.
Okay. I can absorb all that and see. I guess my question to you. So you seemed like you liked the match. Sounds like you're not in love with the match.
It was a really good match. It's just it didn't blow my head off. You know, right?
Is there a reason you can suspect as to why? Is there a tangible thing, or is just the secret sauce was missing?
It's a little bit of both. I thought I don't know, the fans could have played more of a part in that match. You know,
they seemed super into it.
They did, but it wasn't it didn't strike me. You know, it didn't.
There was all sorts of Eddie sucks chants scattered throughout. You can tell they were hating on Eddie.
You could chant anything. Chants don't mean shit to me. You got to be really into it. Your heart and your soul has to be into it. You can't just yell things. You know. And I felt like they were there. And they were it was, it was packed stadium, but it didn't get it. Very good match, but it didn't pull at my heartstrings.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, we'll take a look at the notes, and then we'll get into the science and see what Ryan really, when we put the needle to the thread, when we put the nose to the grindstone, we'll see what he really. When he puts the balls to the wall, everybody, we'll see what he really thought of it. But going to the notes. Rey Mysterio is the first person to enter. He's dressed as the Phantom. There's no fucking chance in hell you've ever seen the movie The Phantom.
Oh, yeah, man.
It was a mid-90s superhero movie. We're talking post-original Batman and probably Batman 2 or 3, but pre a lot of the other big superhero movies. Billy Zane was in it. I know you're a big Billy Zane fan.
Right. No, I am.
Yeah. But anyway, he's dressed as the Phantom, kind of a full bodysuit sort of thing. We get a crowd shot. Even in my notes, before we even spoke and before we watched the match, real authentic crowd. I think that was one of the first things you grabbed hold of.
Yeah, and it was, because the way they came in, I thought there was going to be more to it. I had high expectations of the crowd, and it just didn't pan out during the match. But it looked like a lot of people who wanted to be at this event looked like they were really stoked, to be there. But it didn't pan out during the match. I was saying it.
I just have two comments to make. One, I don't know that you could really say that the crowd wasn't into it. I don't know that that's fair.
That's not what I'm saying, Eric. That's not what I'm saying. They were into it, but there is certain matches where the crowd is kind of featured, and it didn't seem like that was, not that that should be the focus, but it didn't strike me as holy shit, this crowd is fucking nuts.
It wasn't an ECW crowd, I'll give you that, if that's what you're looking for.
It's a Vegas crowd, right? Vegas has weird fans. Vegas has fans that are just tourists, and they're not that's kind of what it is.
Sure.
Again, I thought it was going to be a little bit better on the crowd side when they, I had a lot of high expectations, but it didn't really fulfill what I was looking for. Yeah.
My second thought on your statement about this, I'm starting to wonder if authentic is just a code word for white men.
No, no, I don't think so. Fuck, maybe. I don't know. That's you might not be wrong, but I don't think so. But it's a wrestling match, so maybe you're right, but I hope I have, a broader view of yeah.
I understand. There's no digging your way out of this. Let's just move on. Yeah. So Eddie Guerrero arrives. He has the Cruiserweight title draped over his shoulder. He looked simultaneously really, really cool, but also sleazy as fuck. He's got the fucking mullet just wet, dripping down his back. Any thoughts on Eddie Guerrero upon that first shot?
Yeah, I liked him. I liked him going in.
It seemed like you like both of these guys, yeah, honestly. Normally you tend to, definitely be I like guy A and I don't like guy B. You seem to appreciate both competitors in this match.
I did. I thought, initially came in, look at that guy, what a figure that guy,
What's not to like?
Yeah, and he performed early in the match, but, that was to me, all that was just an indicator. You know, I just use it as a data point, as a metric, right? Like for the science.
This guy is all about his KPIs. He fucking can't get enough.
That's all I saw during this. Just a big dashboard to me. Like
it's just he could see all the algorithms were playing out in his brain.
Yeah, right.
While Wolf Mother was playing in the background, and it was a sight to see everybody. But match starts. Eddie sucks chance. We got a few of those scattered throughout. Eddie. Go ahead.
Another indicator, honestly, like another indicator, just another. You know, you have to read the match, Eric. If you want to win, you got to read the match. Another indicator, right there.
It's so foolish.
Take that into account.
I'm making a mental note of you saying this. I'm torn on our live wrestling experience. I'm torn on this.
Already.
Because I'm not torn on like bringing you and like going to it. I'm torn because like I really would prefer to just go and as a fan and like enjoy myself and get rowdy and just like have a good fucking time. But part of me wants to like test my skills against yours and see if we can like fucking predict each match and like do a thing. Like there's a part of me that wants to like see if Ryan, with all of his touting of his abilities, can pull this off in a live environment.
That's tough, Eric. It's a very different environment watching it over, like, you know, live versus...
Fucking shut up! You've never watched live wrestling before. You don't know what it's like.
Eric, I know what it's like. I can already tell. All right, I'm already mentally prepared for what I'm gonna see. And if you want to take that on with me, like, that's up to you. We can throw some cash down to Vegas. You know,
I can be bought. Be bought. All right, we'll see. We'll see. There'll be some discussion. I don't know what like. Podcast wise we're going to do while we're down there.
Are we podcasting?
I don't think we're going to podcast in person while I'm down there, because I would have to like bring shit with me, and I don't know that I really want to do that. But I think that we'll at least get like video of the Steinholding contest. You know, that will for sure happen. Maybe we'll do kind of like a quick video, not podcast, but maybe like a quick 10-minute like rundown of like, Ryan, what did you think of your first live pro wrestling show? Like that sort of thing. I don't know. I mean, I'm open to ideas, but we'll see. Eddie's threatening to rip Rey Mysterio's mask off from the very start, which that was also a running theme. Like he actually was kind of like tearing at Rey's mask throughout the duration of the match itself.
Did he threaten like verbally to tear? I didn't.
At the very start, he did. He was like, "I'm gonna tear," and like, you know, he's making it big because it's pro wrestling and the entire audience has to know what's going on. But he's like, I'm gonna take your mask and I'm gonna rip it off your face." Like, yeah. So he threatened that at the very start, and then he like physically was trying to do that.
Yeah. He did a pretty good job, actually.
A point where you could see like, I don't know, 20-ish% of Ray's face at one point. Yeah, enough of his face to tell he's a ugly mofo. But very quick offense. They kind of start with some very lucha type moves, like things like we got some springboards, we got some arm drags, a lot of kind of rolling bumps like we were talking to Ryan about. I think the first kind of big move was Eddie gets knocked outside of the ring. Rey does kind of this weird dive feint, like a fake dive thing where he kind of springs over the ropes. Eddie catches him, grabs Ray's legs, and Rey splats onto the ground, which I know you were like, did they fuck that up? But I think it was just kind of meant to be a very high paced counter move sort of situation type of thing.
I mean, he did kind of fuck it up. Like,
I don't think that. I think they did what they were trying to do.
I disagree. Like, it didn't work.
Well, I mean, I guess
it looked fine, but it wasn't a successful move. Like,
what wasn't a successful move?
You're talking about when he jumped out of the ring initially, right? Like the first one where like Eddie's on the ground. Yeah. Like he didn't like successfully like do anything there. Like he just kind of went through the ring.
Well, I think what he was trying. So Eddie was outside the ring. Yeah. Rey was trying to fake Eddie out and act like he was going to dive, when in fact what Rey actually did was kind of like spring over the ropes but stay on the ring itself. Eddie was not faked out. Eddie knew that it was a fake, and so he basically grabbed Rey's feet and yanked him off of the ring onto
so therefore it wasn't successful. Like,
if you're looking at it from the perspective of like, did Rey Mysterio do a successful move? I mean, no. But in terms of the framework of what both guys were trying to do collaboratively, they didn't fuck up what they were trying to do.
Okay, all right.
Is my point.
That's fair, but
okay,
you understand my point.
Yeah, man, I get it. It's a great point. So anyway, then Eddie throws Rey Mysterio headfirst into the steel steps on the outside of the ring. Eddie throws Rey back into the ring, does a big flipping senton that's basically like a front flip where he kind of splats the guy who's on the mat. Big chop, big uppercuts from Eddie Guerrero. Like Eddie Guerrero, I would say, was probably in control of 80 to 85% of this match.
Yeah.
And I think that's really what eventually made you decide Rey, correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is because you were like, this guy can't like be taking this bad of an ass kicking and then lose.
There was nothing about Rey at that point that indicated he was gonna win. It was strictly that he was getting beaten so bad that like after you watch enough wrestling matches, you fucking like you get a feel.
Exactly, yeah. Once you've watched however many matches you've seen, like 60-ish by this point, something like that, that's when you know.
Probably more than like the normal fucking person.
Yeah, I mean...
The normal fucking person, the average person.
I don't know what that... Are you saying that a normal person has never watched wrestling? Is that what you're implying right now?
The average person probably has not watched 60 fucking matches of wrestling and done any sort of like...
You're telling me that not everyone tracks all their matches that they've ever watched on an Excel spreadsheet before? I don't believe it.
Just seeing, like, I have to be like this advanced, even though I don't. If you were to call back 2 matches ago, I couldn't fucking like. But still, like
right?
It's just I have it in my brain now. Like it's part of me. It's
exactly.
This wrestling section.
It's in your DNA. It's just fused within you. When you and Greta finally pop out a little baby Murphy, that thing's going to be wrestling, a little wrestling machine. Between your brain, your wrestling brain, and her Turkish wrestling body, it's going to be the perfect marriage of
God. Don't
your skills.
Fucking post that.
What?
Her Turkish wrestling body.
Yeah, the Turkish are known. Hungarian. I apologize.
Yeah. God damn, Eric.
I mean, they share a border, right? Am I wrong about that?
I think they're close, but
okay.
Fuck. Easy.
That won't get up. What? I don't think I went out of bounds on that. Markomaniacs, tell me if I did, but I think would it have been better if I said Hungarian wrestling body? I'm not so sure.
No, it wouldn't have been better. But Turkish was still worse. Like.
Probably.
Oh god.
Probably
so.
Nobody tell Greta about this. Fucking do not send her this.
Just post it on. She follows the Instagram clips very closely. Like she won today. She gave me, so maybe don't make that an Instagram clip.
I will take that under advisement for sure.
It's great though. Is it? Yeah.
I mean, maybe some Turkish genes in her. You never know. But where did I leave off? So yeah, big tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. There was a number of backbreakers from Eddie Guerrero that you seem to enjoy. Those always look brutal. There was a bit where Eddie has Rey in an abdominal stretch, which I know Ryan fucking hates that maneuver. Referee stuff. Anything about the referee worth mentioning at this point?
Fantastic refereeing. Like, if the crowd had been that into it, it would have been a fucking top tier match. But the referee was fantastic. I love a good referee. I love a good referee. He was great.
You mentioned how you liked the ref. You also mentioned that you liked the commentary as well.
I did. I thought they they just kind of were like, they wanted to break things down a little bit, Yeah. You're not just like general wrestling about like the story. It was about like the moves, like, Mm-hmm. I thought that was well commentated.
Okay. Yeah, no, it was good commentary. A lot of times Ryan and I are kind of chit-chatting so much where we miss a lot of it, but we heard some real gems in there from the WCW commentators. But I'll just jump ahead a little bit. I think there was a little lull kind of in the middle of the match where Eddie was putting a lot of submission holds on Rey. It was kind of a lull in the middle of the match, but then eventually towards the end, I'd say right around the point where Eddie's kind of hung up in the corner of the ring, did I say Eddie? Rey was hung up in the corner of the ring. Eddie goes to like do a sliding drop kick. Rey pops up to avoid it, and Eddie goes basically crotch first into the ring post. I think that's when kind of things took a turn for Rey.
I called it right before that fucking move.
Yes.
So congrats to me on that.
Congrats to Ryan, everybody.
It wasn't noted by Eric or anything, but like just so everyone knows, I called it right before that.
I don't need to fucking say when you called a goddamn match.
I think it was a notable call in like the history of the podcast. I think it was perfect timing.
You also made allusions to Rey Mysterio being Spider-Man like.
Yeah, I mean that move even was
that was a very Spider-Man move.
He was like hung up on the rings. It was great.
Yeah, upside down like a spider. Have you ever tried doing a Spider-Man kiss to Greta before?
No, I don't really know much about Spider-Man.
Where they like kiss when he's upside down?
I've not. Is
my wife sometimes makes me Spider-Man kiss her.
Really?
Yeah, sometimes.
How do you do that?
It's annoying. It's awkward.
How do you have to be upside down?
I'm not like physically upside down in relation to like space, but like sometimes we'll like have to like tilt our heads because she insists that I like Spider-Man kiss her sometimes. Like we're talking Tobey Maguire Spider-Man here, not Tom Holland.
Yeah. I just the way he was dressed and the way he like fucking hung himself up on the ring all the time, like he was Spider-Man-esque. Yeah. Yeah, so.
Well, next time, just give Greta a Turkish Spider-Man kiss and see what she says. So right after the crotch to the post, that's when Rey jumps from the top rope to the outside of the ring. Eddie goes for another big tilt-a-whirl. Rey counters into Hurricane Rana. He almost pins Eddie Guerrero. Eddie barely kicks out. Then we've got a bunch of high-flying action, fast-moving. We've got moonsaults. We got probably one of the highlights of the match that they showed at the replay at the end. Eddie is outside of the ring. Rey front flips over the top rope, head scissors Eddie on the way down, and then basically does a head scissors takedown on Eddie on his way down to the floor, which
it was a very impressive move.
Fucking, yeah, incredible.
Yeah.
They go back in. Rey hits him with a couple more big moves, Whisper in the Wind, to Eddie Guerrero. And then towards the end of the match, Eddie goes for his finishing maneuver, the Frog Splash. Rey rolls out of the way. Eventually, they start fighting on the top rope, kind of going back and forth a little bit. Eddie hoists Rey Mysterio up. He's kind of got him in a crucifix position. Any wrestling fans, if you're familiar with the Razor's Edge move that the recently deceased Scott Hall used to hit, R.I.P. Razor Ramon / Scott Hall, but he basically has Rey up in that position on the top rope. He's going basically to slam Rey down. Rey counters it into a Hurricane Rana, cradles Eddie Guerrero, pins him 1, 2, 3. We've got a new Cruiserweight champion. And then Eddie, in a bit of bad sportsmanship, jumps Rey after the bell and throws him out of the ring.
I thought one of the things that the fighting on the top of the ropes was something that you don't see. Usually you just see like positioning up on the top ropes.
Yeah, because it can be cumbersome when both guys are there. So a lot of times you see it's more cooperative than it is combative.
Yeah, and it's not. I don't believe that it's easy, like to cooperate when you're. I like the fighting, you know. Like he didn't fucking like fought him on there, you know, and then he took him down, and you know, I thought that was notable.
That was notable. I totally agree. So before we get to the science here today, we of course have to knock out the one bit of business. Everybody loves it. It's a very important thing that we do here on the show, and it's called Murphy's Law.
In a world without rules, in a sport where only the strong survive, there's one man who has the guts to lay down. Murphy's Law.
What's the takeaway, brother?
I just the only thing I can think of like.
Don't say crowd. Do not say crowd.
No.
Okay.
I mean,
don't
thanks for
say
bringing
crowd
it up like that. Yeah, I thought
you're acting like this is a Turkish crowd. They were super into it.
Eddie threw him into like the stairs, like head first, and that was his place to finish. If he wanted to win that match, you got to finish him right there. He was knocked out. Threw him back into the ring. He gave up. I get it, but like, if you want to finish the match, you wanted to win that. You right there. You take him out. Like. Mm-hmm. That's what I They always fucking do that. They always fucking like do a great move, head right into the stairs.
Yeah.
And then they just toss him back in the ring and you give them time to recover. You can't do that,
Can't do that. That's okay. There we go. There we have it.
That was, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'll allow it. Scientifically, though, getting into our numbers and et cetera, et cetera. So this is the 58th match that we have seen so far. Looks like.
Yeah. Have you added columns to this?
Not in the past several episodes, no.
These are good columns there. Kind of clean finish.
Well, you got mad at me because, like, I was missing data. Like, you were mad that, how come you don't have the date that we recorded on? I was like, because I don't care what date we recorded on. Right?
You don't have the date we recorded on.
I stand by that.
If you want any good, like, data structures to have dates in there, like.
I mean, I have the dates. I have the decade of the match.
You do. I'm not saying you have a really solid set. I'm just saying, like, you want to make it, what's the word? I don't know. Better. You throw dates in there.
What's the word? Better?
Let's see.
I have a feeling that you're doing this match dirty. I don't even know what your number is going to be, but I feel
I don't think I'm doing it dirty at all.
You said the commentary was really good. You said the refereeing was really good. There was some great moves in the match. The crowd was super into it, despite what you said earlier. I don't know. I feel like there's something going on your opinion of this match where you're going to try and do it dirty a little bit.
Oh my God, I'm trying to see where this belongs.
It's TNT wrestling. Everybody knows how much Ryan loves TNT wrestling.
It was a good show. Like, it was good. It was a good. Like,
there was a
overall.
cool skull in the entranceway because it's Halloween Havoc. Slim Jims. Everybody loves Slim Jims. Yeah. Once you get to Ryan's age, a little too many nitrates. But besides that, everybody loves Slim Jims. Not good for the ticker.
I thought it was a good match, and so I'm trying to.
So you're saying it's in the good section? Is that or yeah? You're saying it's in the good section.
I think it's in the good section. I think it was a good match. Okay. I'm not trying to do this dirty, Eric. Jesus, man.
Well, I know you're not trying to, but I mean, you are. So
I don't know. The new. Let's see. Let's do the new 20. Let's do 20.
It was gonna be like 16 or 17 before. Now it's 20.
Yeah, but
all you did was refresh a spreadsheet, and it dropped 3 numbers. So you were saying before that it was going to be around number 16, which is Heart Foundation versus Austin Shamrock.
You're right. That's where it goes. You have different markers here, like in this clean finish column. Like,
well, don't worry about the clean finish column. Worry about the ranking column, which is column B.
I am worried about it. So it would be the new 17, but you told me to refresh it. That's correct.
All right. Well, with the longest, most arduous part of this program in the rear view now. We got a new number 17, everybody. A new good match. And isn't that what we're all here for?
What do you rank it? What would you put it? Where would you put it, Eric?
Stop asking me that fucking question.
I don't understand why that's not a completely legitimate fucking question, and you don't have data on this. Like,
I think this is a great match. This is probably, for me, around 9-ish.
9, wow.
Yeah. I'd say it's probably the new 9 for me, if I had to rank it.
Yeah. Okay.
And who knows? Maybe depending on Ryan's schedule, when it comes to his rehab, maybe I'll have to rank some matches in his absence. You never quite know. He's always like, oh, I'd love to record, Eric, but I'm in the pool. I can't pull myself out of here. I'm just enjoying all these 20 gallons of urine that are in this pool right now as I'm walking through it. So I wish I could pull myself away, but I just can't. It's the Turkish pool experience, and I can't do without it.
It's people like you, man. Being pools.
But as we put that in the rear view, we are now moving forward, everybody, to everyone's favorite segment, the segment that we all look forward to every 2 weeks, every time that this program airs, which again, thank you very much for joining us here on the Cinco de Mayo. But that brings us to
Eric's Wisdom Tree.
Ryan, we've talked a little bit about pool stuff. I thought we pretty much got all that stuff out of the way previously, way back in like episode 20 something when we originally talked about it, but we didn't. We circled back to it. I think we put a nice little bow on the topic of pool things here today, Ryan. I have one pool-related thing as a piece of wisdom that I think everyone should be aware of. And I don't recommend that anyone commit crimes. I'm just saying that right here off the bat. Now, Ryan, he may suggest that you throw apples at cars and do all sorts of other nefarious tactics. I would never say that you should do these things. I want to make sure that's clear. I don't care who I offend. I am so anti-crime that it's not even funny. But let's say that your significant other, your child, somebody's in danger, in mortal danger, and you need to come up with a ransom money fast, or something. There's a need, there's a necessity that you need to commit money. Or you need money, so you may need to commit a crime to get that money. Maybe you need to rob a bank real quick on the sly. I'm not here to judge why. I'm just saying probably don't do it in most cases. But if you do need to commit a crime, here's what you got to do. Hang out in a pool for like a couple hours beforehand. So then your fingers get really, really pruny, and then commit the crime.
You can't fingerprint it? Is that what you're...
Then they can't fingerprint it, because then you got all fucked up pruny fingers. So then if you got like guns involved, or they're just testing like, when you open the door, you got your knob fingers, etc., they're never going to be able to get you for that crime.
Eric, I think that's highly unscientific, and I think that's terrible advice for our listeners who want to commit a crime.
Why are you arguing? What do you know that this wouldn't work?
I am almost certain this wouldn't work.
What? Fingerprints are not the same when your fingers are pruny as they are when they're not pruny.
How do you even fucking come up with this kind of like idea? Like, did this just pop into your fucking head?
Listen, okay, Ryan, when I need to commit crimes, I give them thought, okay? I'm a very cerebral crime
But you would never commit a crime, but when you do, right? Like,
right. I'm not like you, where I just like decide to leap off of ledges that I assume are 1 foot, but are in reality 6 feet. Okay, if it was me in that situation...
Crime.
A terrible crime. Trespassing. The worst crime of them all. But I would always look, and I make a plan, Ryan. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm telling you, make a plan, get your fingers all nice and pruned up, and then commit your crime. And this will be effective. I'm 100% sure about this. Are you saying that this wouldn't work?
I hope you're held legally liable for this fucking advice. And
made myself
some sort of court appearance. That's what I hope, Eric. I hope this gets out. I hope this goes big. I hope this is the podcast that goes big. If someone fucking does this, and then like somehow you're held legally fucking responsible for this fucking advice. That's what I hope.
I'm on Quora right now.
I love Quora.
Let's see here. If fingers are wrinkled from water, can a fingerprint be identified? Not directly. The dermis will need to be flattened. In dead bodies, this is usually accomplished by injecting glycerin into the fingertips to swell and flatten the finger tissue. If the individual is not dead, then waiting 45 minutes in a dry environment will allow the body to take the excess liquid away from the finger pad. So this is so it works! My fucking wisdom's fucking verified!
You have a 45-minute window to commit a crime. Such fucking insane
Not necessarily.
Bullshit. This is...
Bring a glass of water, bring like a mug of water that you can continue to submerge your hand in on your way to commit this crime.
Yeah. No, and Eric, let's commit some crimes when you're in Vegas, and we'll bring some water, we'll submerge our fingers, and I just think that this needs to be fully like tested, and we can't state this without some sort of proof. Eric,
you had me sold at crime. I'm there.
Do you want to hear a fucking crazy story really quick? When you mentioned that like some
I wish you wouldn't
money,
do this to my wisdom for the first of of all, but yeah.
I thought you were going into some like ransom thing initially. You're like, if you ever had to like pay, you did. You were like, if you ever had to.
Well, yeah, it's like a scenario.
Okay. So a fucking crazy thing happened.
Okay, your previous place of work.
Yeah. So what happened was like one of their kids had been like taken, like kidnapped out of the country, and they had to take out a home equity loan to pay the ransom. And this was like one of the things when you write up a home equity loan is you have to get a very distinct reason for, like, it's regulated, it's heavily regulated. So you have to get a reason for what this is for, be it like home improvement or like buying a second house or like whatever it's for. You have to have a reason for the underwriters to take a look at it and to be documented. So this went all the way up to, like, it became like a big deal and went up to like our VPs, like, can we write up this home equity loan to pay a ransom to fucking whoever in like Colombia or wherever it was. Some insane fucking shit. Like, I didn't take
There's
this,
no way they approved it, right?
They did approve it. They fucking approved this loan. Yeah, but it went all the way up probably to the top. Like, I imagine this was like a big deal. But fucking crazy. Like, like to like sit there and like, you heard a bunch of weird shit why people need loans, but that had to be by far the fucking craziest thing I've heard. Like,
so who had the pruny fingers in the story? Was it the person writing the loan?
Right, that might have solved the whole fucking thing, right? Like,
exactly.
Maybe people who were kidnapping had pruny fingers,
Probably.
Maybe that's how they do it. Like,
that makes a lot of sense.
But good info for the people who are committing crimes, Eric. Like, that's
right. Again, I'm not saying you should do
stuff.
it. You should not commit crimes, but like if maybe you really, really need to. I'm not here to judge you.
Yeah,
I'm just saying if there is that need, fucking prune up those fingers. That's your best.
I think Cora is fucking. I think if we were actually debating this, I think that's totally fucking wrong. I do not think that would work. I 100% think that information is bad.
Look at your fingers next time.
I'm just fucking saying. The fingerprints are so like insanely accurate. It's crazy what a fingerprint is. I do not think you could dilute what your fingerprint actually comes back as in water. I don't think. If we're just talking technically, I don't think that would work. I don't believe it.
You're saying that this is not factual, scientifically based information you're doing. You're giving your opinion.
Neither is yours, Eric. Eric, you're not giving
I went on Cora. I
want to put my foot down here. It wasn't broken.
I'm using observational science, Ryan. I'm looking at my fingers.
You're not using anything, Eric. You just fucking thought of a pool idea again, and I don't think that would work. I don't.
When I was in Mexico, I was hanging out in the pool for like 5 fucking hours, and I looked at my hands. I was like, "Holy shit, my hands are so fucking pruny." I was like, I could commit any crime right now, and like no one could identify me by it.
I'm not even saying like they have other means of getting you. I'm just saying fingerprints strictly, I bet they could still fingerprint you and get correct fingerprints. I bet scientifically. I bet that's not correct.
I bet you're fucking wrong.
Let's go to the police station when you get down here with pruny fingers and get our fingerprints taken and see if they can match it up. Let's fucking do it. That's
what they want you to do. You're walking right into their goddamn trap, Ryan. And then what happens? The next time you're throwing apples at a neighbor, then they're going to fucking get you immediately?
They're going to identify your pruny fingers as well. They have that in their database. Like,
right. It's like, oh, it's that prune guy again. That's what they're going to fucking say.
Let's go. Let's do this, Eric. Let's get pruny and fucking take it to the police.
Do you talk like that to all the boys, Ryan?
Yeah.
Let's get pruny and take it to the police. Well, I don't think we could really end the episode on a higher note than that. So I appreciate everybody taking the time, spending episode 51. We've got one more episode to go before our big Las Vegas meetup. So next episode will be May 19th. So stay tuned for that. And if you are not hard, get hard. Once you get hard, stay hard. That's all, folks.
Encapsulates.